It says the camera's not working.
Okay.
All right. So it's 10:48, and we are back on the record after being in closed session to discuss the.
Camera.
There we go. So again, that's 10:48, and we are back in open session after being in closed session to discuss the request by Captain Johnson to revise or modify the decision of the executive director. Does anyone like to make a motion?
I want to make a motion, Commissioner Mays. I move that good cause has not been shown to conduct a hearing in this matter, and that therefore the dismissal order issued November 17th, 2025 is affirmed.
Second that.
Okay, a second. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right, that is unanimous. So that that decision is upheld. The next item, action item, is the 2026 Commission Chair nomination. I would move that Commissioner May be the chair of this commission for 2026.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. All right, that is the decision. I think that's the ceremonial hand. And the little thing. Yeah, that's called.
You didn't even know I came on,
So the next item on the agenda is proposed January meeting date. So we want to do this on Wednesday, the 14th, is that right? Okay. So I would move that we change the meeting date, set the meeting date in January to January 14th. Is there any reason we couldn't do this in the morning at the same time?
The options were 11 a.m. start time and 12 o'clock start time.
All right.
That was the last that I saw as far as the time conflicts start. Andrea?
I don't see any conflicts. Let me grab your calendar, Teresa.
I didn't have any.
Was it a room conflict?
No, you just requested to start either at 11.
Oh, okay. No, 10 o'clock sounds fine. Was that work for you?
Sure, that sounds great. All right. So I would move that we set our meeting on January 14th at 10 o'clock.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All right, that's approved. So the sort of monthly, do we want to decide that in January? So what our following meetings are going to be?
Yes, we need to coordinate with the exams, post-match reviews.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right.
Good enough.
So they took on the next year.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have all the dates.
We'll set something up so you can match it up with your calendar ahead of time.
All right, so moving right along on updates. The first is so fire and police exam unit update. Ms. Sade is up here. Who's going to give Mike? Were you going to do that, or
Adelaide.
Adelaide? Gotcha.
Hi there. Yeah, are you all able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, good morning. This is Adelaide. I'm happy to cover the police exams update. So I'll also go ahead and start off with entry-level police officer. So yeah, mostly good news on that front. And it's kind of similar to what I shared last month. So we've already surpassed, a lot of our 2024 metrics for both applications and candidates on the register. So as of this morning, we had 4,356 applicants. That is about 600 more than we saw all year last year. So yeah, very exciting. And as far as folks who ended up on the register so far this year is 1,321. And we're publishing one more biweekly register tomorrow for 2025. And so I estimate, in total, we'll probably end up around 1,400 on the register for this year, which is about 200 more than last year. So yeah, looking forward to sharing kind of the year-end data next time we meet in January. And also kudos to Emily. And I think she's on the call just to, she's been doing an amazing job with outreach with our candidates and answering their questions and, kind of just being in daily contact to support people through the process. Yeah, and then I'll go ahead and move on to lateral police officer. So for that exam, we have had 92 qualified lateral applicants, and that is kind of just passing what we saw last year. 33 of them so far have both completed and passed the civil service exam and were sent over on the register. We have one more lateral oral board this year. It's going to happen on Saturday. And I'm guessing we'll probably end up with about 37 or 38 total on the register, counting Saturday's folks. So yeah, that will be slightly higher than last year. I think we had about 34. And then finally, the police sergeant promotional exam. That one is in the development phase and, making great progress with the development committee in terms of getting the written exam done. The application window for that exam opened on the 9th of December and it closes on December 23rd. So far, we've had 44 applicants, and let's see. I would say over the past 3 to 4 exams for sergeant, we would, generally get between like 70 and 100. So hopefully we have some more kind of come in before the window closes in 5 days there. But SPD has been really helpful in getting the word out to potential applicants. I know they're sending out daily reminders with the application link. They're also, sharing it at roll calls, and they have advertised it on the department reader board. So thanks to SPD for doing that. And yeah, I think that's about it. That written exam is going to happen on February 21st, and then the oral board is in late March, the 28th and the 30th, I believe.
Great. Anyone have any questions for Emily? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
On fire exams,
Sarah's going to, we've got a couple of sick folks, so Sarah's gonna report on that.
Okay, I will read updates on the fireside exams. So for firefighter, the application period has closed on November 25th. They received just under 4,800 applicants. The testing closed on December 9th, and about 2,700 applicants completed their written exam. The team is in the middle of uploading and matching their test scores to applications, and they'll have final counts on who applied, tested, and passed for the next meeting. The firefighter exam committee has finished the development of the oral board component, and they are putting final touches on the training for their assessors, which will happen in early January. And they are working on scheduling candidates and assessors. And notice that the written exam results will go out at the end of this week or early next, with the top 1,500 scoring candidates receiving an invitation to self-schedule for the oral. Those boards run from January 21st to February 7th. And just a thank you to all team members and civ for signing on to help staff this exam. There are about 80 civilian and 100 SFT assessors that are signed up for staffing, and the register for firefighter writing will be published in February. For the promotional side of the exams, applications just opened for fire battalion chief, captain, and fire boat pilot. 16th, which is Tuesday, right? And they'll remain open through December 30th. The exam team held a workshop for SFD members interested in applying to these positions yesterday to walk them through the application and testing process. They updated attendees on a couple of process changes, notably the required code of conduct statements. It's now part of the application process. And reminded them that the oral boards for firefighter, battalion chief, and captain have a minimum passing score. The fire battalion chief and captain development committees are in the process of reviewing test questions for their written exams and have begun work on developing the oral board exams. They will kick off the fire boat pilot exam development committee meetings in January and get the post basically in early February. And there will be upcoming written exams for fire battalion chief and captain Saturday, February 21st at Hall University. University of Washington campus. And police sergeant is also testing at the same date and place.
Okay, anyone have any questions for Sarah? Alrighty, thank you. Staffing update. Is Mr. McKenzie?
I have Mr.
Oh,
McKenzie's
all right.
information. He had a pressing conflict, so he could not attend. But he asked me to let you know that as of the 11th of December, Seattle Police Department has hired 159 police officers in 2026 and has had 68 separations. Their budgeted pockets, I don't have it before me, but those don't change throughout the year. And we'll start over again in January. But 159 hires, you've seen the articles, you've heard the mayor's comments. It's a remarkable recovery in terms of replenishing the rank of police officer.
Any questions on that? All right, and so do we have fire department staffing updates?
I think we do.
Hello, Dory Tyler here. We only hired 107 people this year. Good job, police. That's impressive. We had 90 separations for a total year to date plus 17 for the year. And we have 1,112 position pockets currently for 2025 with a big old ad coming in 2026. So looking forward to that.
How many positions is it 40 new positions in 2026, Dory?
No, let's see. I think 7 uniform ads.
Oh, okay.
We'll know soon.
Okay, any questions on that? All right. So next item is staffing update. Sheila, do you have anything to tell us about that?
I think we could probably take staffing update off of our standing agenda because we are fully staffed in the civil service department at this point. We're really, really happy about. But I do want to give a couple of updates. First, let's congratulate Commissioner Green, who was reappointed this past Monday. The City Council voted unanimously on your reappointment for the term starting in 2026, going through 2028. So thank you, Commissioner Green. We are so grateful for your service. You've done a fantastic job and also been an excellent chair.
No, it was.
Well, I've heard a lot of people, and I won't say their names here, but people inside and outside of this department express their happiness that you will be continuing on the commission. I think you've done a great job, and I think they do too.
Thank you. So, any other departmental updates?
Yeah, just a couple.
Okay.
Let me pull up my notes. We do have a disciplinary appeal hearing coming up before the commission on February 9th. That is Hill versus City of Seattle. Our staff and the parties, of course, are preparing for that now. Preparation will continue through January and early February. We will be setting up time to talk with you all, with each of you about what your needs are, but more to come on that. And that is a quasi-judicial matter. We also conducted, I'll just remind you that we conducted that training in 2025, and I think we'll be recirculating those training documents to y'all in the coming weeks, just to refresh your memory. As always, Joe and I are available to all of you for any questions or concerns that you have about that upcoming work. But thank you in advance for doing it. Disciplinary appeals are really important. They're a core duty of the commission, and they are a heavy lift. So thank you.
That training was recorded, so you all can watch it again. Refresh your memories.
That's right. We heard Sarah give an update on the firefighter work, but I would say the biggest body of work that we have coming up here for our commission staff, our department staff, is the firefighter oral boards. Lots of work going into that. That's a 3-week-long process. Goes 5 days a week, long days. Our staff, primarily the fire folks, but everybody, and Mike Nelson, also the manager of the public safety exams team, is working really hard. So I just want to recognize their work ahead of time. We also have tons of staff from around the city whose departments are lending their time, and those employees are lending their time and effort and expertise and perspectives to the firefighter hiring process. And we have many firefighter folks who will be working as assessors too. So it's just a really big effort. It's the biggest hiring process the city of Seattle does. And it's incredible to watch and see how our team pulls this off. So we're excited about that. My only other thing I just wanted to flag was that we had the city legislative branch held a really nice boards event honoring members of boards and commissions. You all three, I know you were not able to attend, but you all three were honored there along with our civil service commissioners. And I do recommend it next year. The food was excellent. It was such a nice event. It was really, it was so nice. So we'll try to give you a notice of that next year so that you can attend. I really enjoyed myself there.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any sort of budget update? I know there's in the.
Yeah, not too much to add beyond that report in the packet. We are gonna spend under our allocated budget this year, but we're gonna be, spending a vast majority of it, of course. I think I mentioned last month, and it's still true that, we're gonna have to spend this budget, run this department for a couple of years to really see how things roll. But for now we're doing fine, and we're of course working with all of our partners all around the city to make sure that we have adequate budget to do the work that we are committed to do.
Okay, great. Does anyone have any questions for all right, the next item on the agenda is case status reports. I talked about the Hill matter that we're doing in February.
That is right. Hill is the most active case. Sue, we have, you dealt with the Johnson matter earlier today as well, but the other matter that we have, and I'm probably not saying the appellant's name right, but Ragon, the SPD, that is also a disciplinary appeal. We are scheduling his pre-hearing conference for January, and we'll be moving towards that hearing in the coming months as well. And more to come probably with that appeal.
Okay. Any questions for Director Shipley about that? All right, so moving on to old new business. We don't seem to have any. Although I think our discussion of the Johnson matter today suggests that maybe in 2026 we might want to consider clarifying the rules, especially Rule 2.13b. That might be a project for us and staff next to maybe also the process for the promotional development committees. That might also be something. Anyone have any other old? All right, so it's 11:06. I would move that we adjourn. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. We stand adjourned. Thank you all. You say gavel.
Oh, yeah.
Right. All right.